Hi, everyone. Thanks for listening. Welcome to the AFSA Extra Credit Podcast. Have a great episode for you today. Today, we're going to be chatting with Dan Jenkins, who's the Senior Manager of Sales at the Breakers Palm Beach. We're going to be there in just a few short weeks. Dan, how are you?
I'm great, Dan. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, like I said, we're going to be at the Breakers in just a few weeks here, and we wanted to hop on really quick and get a bit of an understanding about the Breakers itself. The hotel and the building and the area is quite famous. It's been around for quite some time, and Dan is quite the expert in the history of the property. And then we'll talk a little bit about what members and attendees can expect when they arrive. So, Dan, why don't you give us a little bit of a history about the Breakers?
Sounds great. Thanks, Dan. We're so blessed. I've been here 28 years, actually in the middle of tenure in the sales office, so I'm not the baby anymore. But we have so much rich history here, 126 years, still family owned, which, you always preface with that. But really and truly, I always like to start with who founded this beautiful Mecca. I mean, this visionary Henry Morrison Flagler founded what was literally swampland back in those days, but he had this premonition. I'm going to build. First of all, Flagler was a real estate magnate, oil tycoon with Rockefeller. That's where he made his money. He built the railroads all the way from Jacksonville to Key West, and he brought a lot of the Northeasterners to Palm Beach. A lot of the anybody from the Vanderbilts to the Carnegie Mellons, etc. But he had a vision that literally said, this is going to be the best destination in South Florida, and I'm going to bring the Northeastern folks in, and that's what he did. So he constructed. I always like to talk pre-breakers because he constructed. A lot of people don't realize this: an 1,100 room hotel, the Royal Poinciana Hotel, on the intercoastal side of Palm Beach. Palm Beach is a very thin island. So that was built in 1894. Again, 1,100 rooms. People obviously loved it here. And he decided, because of the demand, I'm going to go ahead and expand. So he built the Palm Beach Inn on the beachfront side in 1896. As the seasons became a little more busy, more individuals were asking for rooms down by the breakers. So what sort of started as more of an overflow hotel became the primary ask for, hey, we want to go to the breakers. And that name actually stuck. In 1901, the hotel was renamed the Breakers. Yeah. So at the end of the day, there was a final expansion. They expanded, I believe it's 4 times. So for the final expansion, there unfortunately was a fire in 1903, and that was a little bit of a setback. Now, in between, there was a reopening in 1904. Again, this was a wood structure, so which we are not now. We'll talk more about that later. But Flagler sadly passes away in 1913. His wife, Mary Lily Keenan, who we're still owned by to this day, died in 1917. But the brother, William, sort of kept the dream alive. He could have taken the money and run, but he didn't. He kept the dream alive. Sadly, another fire in 1925. And this fire, we have a little history on it, was struck due to the mayor of Chicago's wife leaving on her new electric curling iron, of all things. Now, with both fires, no fatalities, but sadly, another building lost. So we move forward to 1926, and the heirs of Flagler, the Keenans, said, we're going to build one of the best hotels in the world. It's not going to be wood. We're going to focus on, we're going to hire Leonard Schultze, who built the Waldorf Astoria, the Turner Construction Company. We are going to pull them in here and make this one of the best hotels. So architecturally speaking, well, first of all, the hotel was built in 11 and a half months. That's what their goal was. And how do you do that back then? Well, you do it with 1,500 craftsmen and 72 Italian artists. Which is, it's hard to find anybody that can build something that quickly anymore, as we both know, Dan. I mean, it's just pretty unheard of. Architecturally speaking, they really had this focus with the Italian Renaissance style. So when you pull up, the inspiration is really the Villa Medici from Rome with the two towers. Anybody that's been to Rome would recognize similarities. And when you come down this beautiful, just the wow factor of our 1,400-foot Palm Line main drive, it leads right up to the resort's Florentine fountain, which is actually modeled after the Bobbly Gardens in Florence, Italy. So, yeah, so really and truly, that's a quick overview. I think one of the more unique things, back to being family owned, it's one of the longest continuously operating businesses in the state of Florida. We employ roughly, right now, I mean, we can get up to 2,300, but for a 538 room hotel, it's pretty special. We're very selective on who we hire here, and a lot of people don't leave here because of the Keenan's family focus. They take care of us, the wellness factor. We do a lot of things out in the community, and that's one of our big, cultural focuses. Our president, Pauliani, who's been here 37 years, that's his big thing. I mean, we all buy into it. He's a great leader, and it's just a wonderful place to work, and we're really looking forward to having AFSA here.
Thanks for that overview, Dan. That's incredibly interesting. We visit a lot of resorts and hotels. We hold a lot of conferences, but I don't think there's quite been a property that's so historic. So that's incredibly interesting and very, very cool for our members. I am curious. We just had Hurricane Fiona and Hurricane Ian make their way across various parts of the country, and Hurricane Ian obviously had a very, very big impact in the west side of Florida there on the Gulf Coast. Did the breakers have any damage? Was there?
Great question, Dan. No, not at all. We, again, I think Flagler had some vision. We're in this bubble, it seems like, on the island of Palm Beach, but we did not sustain any damage. We were very fortunate. We were fully operational. We had a couple of the days we had to, because of the winds, if you will, we had to shut down golf operations and pool and beach. That was just 48 hours. But we're back. I have a large convention in right now, actually. So
great. I'm so happy to hear that, Dan. So I wonder if you give our attendees a little bit of a preview of what they can expect at the Breakers. What are some of the great amenities you have there? I know it's a gorgeous property, and you've got a lot of options for folks. So I wonder if you could give us a little bit of an overview.
Absolutely. We're fortunate to have a great variety of amenities. And the nice thing about being here, and of course, a lot of your membership has been here before, you don't have to leave. There's plenty to do if you want to leave property. The island's beautiful to the south, to the north, etc. But when you get here, number one, we have two beautiful golf courses, one on property, which was just recently redone, the Ocean Course by Reese Jones. More of a friendlier course, particularly for golf tournaments, etc. A little more of a 3.5 hour round type thing, a little shorter. Breakers west, the Reese Jones course out west. It's about 25 minutes west of here. A little bit of a longer championship course. So for anybody that comes in pre and post that wants to make the trek out there, it's worth it. It's a great track, really is. Across on our western portion of the property, over where the golf clubhouse is and the west side of the golf course, we have 10 Hartrue tennis courts for anybody interested in that. We have an amazing Forbes 5-star spa with 17 treatment rooms, and that also, an extension of that, which we added quite a few years ago, is pedicure manicure stations, which the women love, and that's been very well received. Recently renovated a couple years ago. A gorgeous indoor-outdoor oceanfront fitness center overlooking the Atlantic Ocean. It's on the second level above our beach club restaurant, and that anything from personal training to addition beyond the workout facilities. There's yoga classes, spin, Pilates, or they do a little something different every day. So we usually post that in the lobby and as well as over there. Also, our private beach right here on the south end of the property. You've got our Whitecaps company we've worked with for years, has the banana boats, the snorkeling equipment. We can do diving certification, and it's actually some of the best diving in the country. A lot of people don't realize. Oh, absolutely. There's a reef 200 yards off that southern portion of our beach, which is amazing. I'm sure some people took advantage of it a few years ago when you guys were here. So yeah, and that's really a nice overview. Now, off campus, just to give you an idea, recently in the last couple of years, we've added what's called Via Flagler, and that is a block and a half north of the hotel. You can walk over there. A shuttle will drive people over there. We have some nice retail boutiques. We also have a new restaurant called Henry's Place. And one thing I missed back on campus, we have 13 boutique retail stores here. So you can really do a lot here. If people want to go down to Worth Avenue, a mile south of here, the Rodeo Drive of Palm Beach, it's worth seeing it, because you're in such an exclusive part of the world here. But again, everything is right here. So I know people are going to enjoy it. And again, we look forward to it.
Yeah, thanks so much, Dan. One of the other things that if you needed more incentive than that to show up at the Breakers, it's like 5 minutes from the airport.
That's a great point. That's such a good selling point, and has been for the many years I've been here. Yeah, you land, you're here in 10, 15 minutes. And again, you don't have to rent a car. If you want to, great, but there's really no need to.
Excellent. So you've got a lot of restaurants on the property, but if you could only pick one restaurant, if you had time for just one meal, which restaurant would you pick, Dan?
I would definitely pick the Seafood Bar. The Seafood Bar overlooks the Atlantic Ocean. It's on the southeast part of the property. It's a must-see. Number one, the visuals. We have an aquarium bar, which is so unique, daytime or nighttime. The food is amazing. And Adam Tahani, who I'll mention quickly, has redone all of our restaurants, all of our sleeping rooms, etc. But he redid the Seafood Bar. I believe it was right around 4 years ago, and he took it to another refined level. It's almost like walking into the Titanic. So not only is the visual experience there, again, day or night, the food is amazing, and you're, again, during the day, you're looking at the beautiful blue water. So that's my number one.
Awesome, Dan. Well, thanks for taking a minute and talking to us on the AFSA Extra Credit Podcast.
Thank you so much, Dan. Thanks for having me. Take care.
AFSA hopes you've enjoyed this edition of the Extra Credit Podcast. Don't forget to follow AFSA on Twitter at AFSA_DC and on LinkedIn. Just search for the American Financial Services Association. You can follow AFSA's SGA team on Twitter at AFSA_SGA. The blog at AFSAonline.org is also a great resource for the most up-to-date news. If you've got questions or if you'd like to suggest a guest, please shoot us an email at communications@afsamail.org or tweet at us. Join us next time for more Extra Credit. Thanks for listening.